Europe's economy is stagnating. Germany and the UK are already in shaky ground, and political instability in France is deepening the crisis. These aren't just dramatic headlines, but the harsh reality facing Europe today. Over the past 2 years, the Eurozone's economic engine has nearly stopped. The European Union economy grew by 0.9% in 2024, compared to an average of 1.62% from 1996 until 2024. Once the economic backbone of the region, Germany and the United Kingdom are now teetering on the edge of recession. Germany, long considered Europe's industrial powerhouse, shrank by 0.2% in 2024. The UK, still struggling with post-Brexit economic fragmentation, saw a 0.2% decline in its GDP in the last quarter of 2024, pushing it into technical recession. France, meanwhile, is caught in a different kind of turmoil. While its economy has managed to avoid contraction, growth remains stagnant. But the bigger problem is not just slow growth, it's political chaos. The French government, facing deepening public dissatisfaction, is struggling to pass key economic reforms. Massive protests, legislative deadlocks, and growing uncertainty over leadership have only made things worse. Italy, another major economy in the European Union, has historically been vulnerable to external shocks and is showing only marginal improvements. It has one of the highest debt to GDP ratios in the Eurozone and is barely maintaining its economy afloat. And then there's the broader global picture. Europe's economic troubles are not just internal, they are deeply tied to shifting geopolitical dynamics. The EU's once strong trade relationship with China is cooling as European leaders push for de-risking from what they see as an increasingly unpredictable partner. But decoupling from China comes at a cost. Many of Europe's largest economies rely on Chinese markets for their exports, particularly Germany, whose industrial sector is already suffering from slowing global demand. At the same time, tensions between the US and China over trade could spill over into Europe, further complicating an already fragile situation. There is another big reason for which Europe has fallen into this economic stagnation. The slow-motion crisis holding back the continent's economic engine is the lack of investment in new technologies. While the United States and China are pouring billions into artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and advanced manufacturing, Europe is falling behind. Investment in AI, automation, and software remains significantly lower than in other major economies, stifling productivity gains. According to economic projections, even a 1-point increase in investment in new technologies could boost productivity by 0.8 points per year. Likewise, a 1-point increase in GDP for research and development expenditure leads to a 0.9-point increase per year in productivity gains. But instead of driving innovation, many European firms are playing it safe, hesitant to invest in the future amidst growing uncertainty. Beyond innovation gaps, Europe has also been hit hard by an energy crisis. The ripple effects of Russia's invasion of Ukraine are still being felt across the continent. The sharp spike in natural gas prices in 2022 delivered a massive shock to European industries, particularly in energy-intensive sectors like manufacturing and chemicals. With all these economic headwinds, what does the future hold for Europe? The European Commission projects GDP growth of just 0.9% in 2024 for the EU and 0.8% for the euro area. Growth is expected to accelerate slightly over the next 2 years, reaching between 1.5% and 1.8% by 2025 and 2026. But even these projections remain modest compared to other global economies, leaving Europe in a fragile position. Yet, despite all of these warning signs, one country in Europe is defying the odds. While the biggest economies face stagnation and instability, this small nation has managed to maintain strong GDP growth, attract investment, and keep its economy on an upward trajectory. So, what is this country? And what lessons can the rest of Europe learn from it? That's exactly what we're about to explore. The country we are discussing is Malta. This small Mediterranean island nation is known for its rich history, stunning landscapes, and strategic location. Despite its size, it boasts a thriving economy driven by tourism, financial services, iGaming, and technology. Let's break it down. Malta's economic performance in recent years has been nothing short of remarkable. While the Eurozone economy barely expanded, Malta surged ahead with an impressive 4.8% GDP growth, reaching a total economic output of 4.9 billion euros, roughly 8,800 euros per person. This growth rate not only outpaced the EU average but also outperformed every other EU member state during the same period. But what's driving this extraordinary growth? The answer lies in Malta's robust services sector, which has been the backbone of its economy. Industries like financial services, real estate, professional consulting, and scientific services have all experienced substantial expansion over the past year. The country has positioned itself as a hub for global finance and digital businesses, attracting foreign investment and creating high-value jobs. One key factor in Malta's success is its pro-business environment. Despite having a headline corporate tax rate of 35%, among the highest in Europe, Malta's unique full imputation system allows foreign investors to claim significant refunds, bringing their effective tax rate down to 5% in many cases. This competitive taxation framework has fueled 220 billion euros in foreign direct investment inflows in 2023. Beyond policy advantages, Malta's economy thrives on its online gaming industry. This sector generates 13% of GDP, employs over 16,000 people, and hosts over 300 gaming companies, including major global brands like Bet365 and PokerStars. Meanwhile, Malta's tourism sector has rebounded strongly from pandemic lows, welcoming a record-breaking more than 3 million visitors in 2024. Contributing approximately 15% to GDP, making it one of the most important sectors for the nation, largely due to its rich history, beautiful beaches, and Mediterranean climate that attracts a large number of international visitors. If we look back at history, Malta's economy has undergone a remarkable transformation over the decades. Before gaining independence in 1964, it was heavily dependent on British military expenditure. The withdrawal of British forces necessitated a shift in economic strategy, gradually steering Malta toward diversification. However, the real turning point came with EU accession in 2004, which accelerated its transition to a service-driven economy. Sectors such as financial services, online gaming, and tourism became the backbone of growth. Over the last 2 decades, Malta has maintained stable economic expansion, averaging 1.9% annually, despite global disruptions like the 2008 financial crisis and the 2020 COVID-19 recession. Despite its impressive track record, Malta's economy is entering a phase of more moderate growth. The European Commission projects GDP growth of 5.0% in 2024, but this is expected to gradually ease to 4.3% in 2025 and 2026. By 2027, growth rates may stabilize around 3 to 4%, reflecting a shift towards a more sustainable economic pace. Malta's success is a testament to agile policy-making, economic adaptability, and a forward-thinking approach to growth. While larger European nations struggle with bureaucratic inefficiencies, rigid labor laws, and declining productivity, Malta has leveraged its small size to remain dynamic and investor-friendly. The big question is, can other European nations learn from Malta's success? Should they lower corporate tax rates? Should they focus more on digital transformation and talent attraction? Comment your views on this. We will be eager for your opinions. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.